Okay, so here we are in episode 112, going to Hawkeye's farm, start looting said farm of all the various things that we can unlock. And we're going to start off here talking to the unbeatable Squirrel Girl.
I thought it'd be nice to bring my squirrels, if you will, out into the country. You know, let them run around, sling a few nuts, and get back to nature. But now that it's time to leave, so we're never gonna make the Great Lakes Avengers reunion at this rate. Think you can help me look for them?
All right, so we need to find 5 squirrels. And if you think that sounds like it might be a little bit tedious, remember we do have the help of these radars hanging around. There's Moon Boy and Devil Dinosaur playing around again. Of course, we did that quest in an earlier stage. So, up, and there's one squirrel right there in those bushes. And so we're going to keep looking around for these other squirrels. Okay. Oh, there's one next to these bales. And these greenhouses look kind of interesting. And our little friend, fortunately, is around the outside of the greenhouses and not inside the greenhouses. We'll come back to those greenhouses next episode or somewhere around there. We're not done with them yet. We need 2 more squirrels, though. Okay, this looks like an archery range. And there's a pig. Up, and there's a squirrel hiding behind the archery range. Alright, so now we just need 1 more squirrel. And up. See, there's the squirrel right there. You can see him hanging out on top of the log in the chicken field. We're not worried about the chickens. We've already rescued Stan Lee from the chickens once. We don't need to do that again. And we successfully found all the squirrels. So now let's go find Squirrel Girl again and turn them in. And now we have Squirrel Girls, the unbeatable Squirrel Girls character token. So now we can move on to something else. Squirrel Girls become one of the more popular characters, but let's talk to another character who could become more popular here soon.
I was practicing my ability to communicate with the local plant life, but I appear to have caused offense somehow. Well, basically I said something, the dandelions told the tulips took it the wrong way, and now there's an army of aggressive flora terrorizing the place.
Alright, so here's Mantis. This is the second time we've run into her. The first time was when we were hunting for a babysitter for Jessica Jones's kid back in New York. We're going to be attacking these large aggressive plants. They kind of look like big green worms. And Mantis is a character who's about to get some screen time in the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 movie. When that hits, I want to say sometime later this year. I can't remember exactly if it's a May release or a summer release. I get it and Spider-Man Homecoming's dates mixed up.
I do much prefer a garden that isn't trying to kill me. But enough about that. As an empath, I can see that you're eager for me to stop talking and give you a reward for helping me. Here you go.
Alright, so there's Mantis's character token. Let's see what other trouble we can get into in this farm. So there's a purple thing back here. It's a big pile of stuff. Now it looks like we're going to have to mess with the big pile of stuff. But touching back on Squirrel Girl while we mess around here, Anna Kendrick has shown interest in playing Squirrel Girl if she ever gets brought to the big screen. And, of course, everybody who knows Anna Kendrick's career has thought this is a wonderful idea, although Marvel has not said what their plans too far into the future, into the next phase are. Obviously, we're still building up to Infinity War right now. But let's go ahead and break this. Okay, turns out it's an Ultron box. So we're going to have to switch to Ultron. And voila, we get the character token for Egghead. And now we're going to be looking at the races. This is the flying race for this area, and we're going to be doing this as Clea. Again, I'm trying not to do all the races as the Iron Patriot, since we kind of got stuck in that sort of cycle there for a little while. And maybe we're getting better at these things, you know? I mean, we're trying to figure out the angles and the approaches and that kind of thing. You know, not too much trouble so far. You know, although... Oh, no, well, spoke too soon. We missed that one. We'll have to go back down and grab that. And then, if we can jump back up and grab that. And that. This race is taking just a little while. Here we keep on going here. Oh, no, we missed another one, and it just happened to be the one right before the end, so we're going to have to be very quick to get back over here. And that gets us Hawkeye's tractor. Alright, down on ground level, there's a boss fight. This is with the villain Cottonmouth. Now, Cottonmouth is one of the villains associated with Luke Cage. And this is particularly true if you've been watching the Luke Cage series on Netflix. Although you'll notice that Cottonmouth doesn't exactly look like this. So maybe it would have made more sense if I had been Cage rather than Spider-Man for this fight. But that's just who I happen to have when we activated this thing. And so there's Cottonmouth. All right, here's the second race. This is the ground race, so we're going to be using Spitfire. And we're going to be doing this race twice. And the reason I say that is not because I screw it up the first time, but because the way the race is set up, I want to get a particular achievement that is, well, that we don't have yet. I mean, it's not that it has to be done here. But there is a vehicle spawn point that's relatively close to the end of this race. So we can kind of manipulate that with this race better than we could have done perhaps with another race. This is not a short race, though. You'll see that, you know, we basically have lapped back over to where the start was and gone in a different direction this time. And having Spitfire jump over things, run around things, and getting stuck on platforms, not good. Fortunately, doesn't prevent us from getting to the end. Alright, so that gets us the pickup truck. Now we're going to do this again. And this time, there's a little bit of a difference. You can see I've set up a motorcycle here on this pad near the end of the race. That is the Black Panther Sky Cycle. There is an achievement for completing a race with Sky Cycle. The trick is, you don't actually need to run the entire race with the motorcycle, which is a good thing because I'm terrible at driving these vehicles. You just need to cross the finish line with it, and since this one is located pretty close to the finish line, Hopefully we'll be able to see how that works without too much trouble here. And then once we do that, we'll be pretty much done with today's episode. Right, so we're still running. Coming back over, okay, making a couple of jumps there. See if we can try not to get hung up on the thing this time. There we go. And now, as we're coming toward the finish, we need to get on the motorcycle. Not switch characters, but actually get on the motorcycle. And then drive it over the finish line. And that gets us the Quick as a Cat achievement for that little race. And I'll see you guys back at Hawkeye's farm next time.